21-year-old contacted the Iranian embassy and gave up their secret location in Brisbane.
The Iranian embassy now knew the location of where everybody was. I immediately gave the instruction for people to be moved.
The other members of the squad who chose to leave have arrived in Kuala Lumpur. Their departure from Australia, a huge security operation and an emotional ride for supporters, fear the worst once they're back in Iran.
Because I'm a woman and I know what's going to happen to these girls, they were facing their penalty.
And before they boarded the flight out of Sydney, there was one final offer to stay as they passed through immigration.
They were given a chance, taken into interview rooms without any minders present, and they were given a choice.
And there was trepidation, just like yesterday when one of the players had to be led onto the bus. A team member balked getting on the plane. Sydney Morning Herald reporter Amber Schiltz witnessed the drama.
She walked away with officers to have a final conversation with her family to help her make her decision, but ultimately decided to come on the flight, walked on the flight in tears and was embraced by her teammates.
And when they made it to Malaysia, the Iranian regime was watching.
The women were met right as they exited the plane by the Iranian ambassador to Malaysia. So immediately there was that sense of being escorted, maybe being surveilled.
On Iranian state television, Australia is the one being accused holding the players hostage. So tonight travel arrangements are being made for the player who wanted to defect but now wants to go home. What prompted her change of heart is unclear. Supporters can only speculate. The family is being threatened.
It was so sad because, like, you don't understand, you're living in a free country, right?
Damien Ryan, 9 News.
After reports the country was laying mines in the Strait of Hormuz, it comes as America unleashed what the White House is calling the most intense day of strikes since the war began.
Flashes of destruction, Iranian Navy vessels under US attack. Among the hits, 16 mine-laying boats in the Strait of Hormuz. There had been reports Iran had started to place the explosive devices in the all-but-closed shipping channel, which is currently considered a death trap.
If they do anything to stop the flow of oil or goods within the Strait of Hormuz, they will be hit by the world's most powerful military 20 times harder than they have been hit thus far.
On land, Iran was pounded in what's been labelled the most intense day of strikes so far.
The most fighters, the most bombers, the most strikes.
The first wave hitting Tehran before dawn. The Iranian Red Crescent's rescue teams searching through the skeletons of buildings looking for survivors well into the night. The Pentagon releasing this map of its strikes over the last 10 days. Iranian air missile defense sites magnets for American missiles, but it's come at a cost. Officials confirming around 140 US troops have been injured in the conflict. 7 have been killed. A senior Iranian security official warning the US president, be careful not to get eliminated yourself. The IDF carrying out its own surge of attacks on Iran and in Lebanon. Israel's Air Force has rocked Beirut's southern suburbs. It says it's targeting Hezbollah infrastructure, but despite claims Iran's launch capacity is down to 10%, strikes from Tehran continue. The CNN news program in Tel Aviv evacuating while on air.
This is very dangerous.
For millions of Israelis, it's in shelters like this one in Tel Aviv that they're forced to take refuge. The air raid siren ringing out more than 100 times across the capital since strikes began.
A tent city now set up underground in car parks and subways, the hum of everyday life mixing with sirens. My patience is going down day by day, 94-year-old Rivka says, a normal they don't want to accept.
I get trying to focus on the good, but we can't let it blind us from reality.
In Israel, Mimi Becker, 9 News.
The office there has closed its doors.
The government says due to heightened security concerns, the embassy's been forced to close, but consular officials remain on the ground in Israel and able to assist. Embassies have also been shut now in Abu Dhabi,